What you focus on, you give your attention to, and that is what will become the main theme of your life. As children, we love ourselves. We love being in our bodies, moving around until someone says, "No, you can't do that." Or maybe after a while, they shame you as you grow up. You have been guilty. Oh yes, you are. I'm not talking about making mistakes. And of course, we are making mistakes in this life. And that is how we develop and can learn. And as children, I want to share with you, through being playful, they are developing their own personality. So think about that before you correct a child. So what about us grown-ups? When I started creating, I went out, this is a true story, I went out through the forest and I said, "God, just get me out of this job. If that is something you think I'm not supposed to be in, and I'm supposed to be creating things, a lot of things, and I will do just that." And the next day, I was out of that system I was in. And since then, I have been creating, and I started creating some groups, and my attention wasn't on growing and earning. I was just enjoying and being, and wanted to share my perspective through my life experience and through the visions I have and had back then. So I have developed. I'm not the same person as I was. I learned that the more popular you get, the more hate you will get as well. I've learned to be alone, but for me it wasn't that hard because I've been alone most of my life. Yeah. So I understand the hurt of people. I do understand the pain when people feel alone. What is happening in the background there? Some cats. Wait. Through media, we are meant to be creative and share our joy. And not everyone will understand you. And I think it's okay. Not everyone understands me, hardly me sometimes, because I'm all about creation and the things that comes through me, and I am not that thing, I believe. So when someone wants to talk about what I do, I feel like they're not talking about me. So that's my perspective. But I wanted to share with you those groups I created. My intention was that this is some supporting groups. They bring so much love that no one will come out with anything else. Actually, I never thought about that last part. I only thought about the love that was in my group. And no matter how weird I can be, no one comments the wrong thing. And we must remember that when people are commenting online, this is my soul message for you today, that they are coming from maybe a hurtful place, a place of no understanding of where you are coming from. And if we all could just share what we are joyful about, because if you post something that truly are meant to hurt someone, of course, people will speak against you. So don't do that. Share something you truly enjoy doing. My cat wanting to play. So here's why I talked about that little child that you once were. You must remember that as people are shamed and they are learned how to think about certain aspects of life and people and surroundings, they will have no understanding. They want to just maybe prove their point to you. They're not willing to listen because this is not coming from a loving space. So why bother answering them. The only time I think we should use media is when we have something positive to give and say, and those few times someone does something wrong, totally wrong, that should have consequences. So if you just can remember that person pointing something out, their own opinion that comes from somewhere else, a hurtful place. Oh, think about the shame and guilt and hurt they must carry, or just hate because they don't like themselves, perhaps. And it doesn't seem that way, but every time someone is pointing out something about you or what you do, they are not only telling what they focus on and what they are choosing to use time on, or what they have inside of them. Poor people. If you feel hurt, there's something in there for you to work on. I'm saying this with all my loving intention. If we all could just put focus onto seeing what others are bringing of joy and happiness. We don't have to understand what they are doing. If they are not hurting people, they might just be inspiring a few. I wish you a blessed day.